Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. So if you walk around downtown Anoka from now until October and you're old enough to buy a drink, you can take that drink on a walk down the sidewalks and into several stores. We've talked about that before. The state legislature made all of that possible. They chose Anoka for the pilot program to test the concept of the social district late last year. But now that it's back for 6 more months, there's new legislation that wants to expand this to Stillwater. Kent, Stillwater wants in on this fun on the heels of Anoka's success, is my guess, right?
Yeah, essentially that's it, Jana. A lot of planning and politics went into that Anoka pilot program. There are special cups to track those drinks when they walk out the door, and there are maps and even window stickers letting people know where drinks are and are not allowed. But it has gone so well that one senator wants to expand it, and she believes Stillwater is the place to do it. The thought of strolling down Stillwater's sidewalks while sipping alcohol naturally raises a few concerns.
Definitely would want more trash cans, because otherwise I don't want to see like a beer cup sitting right here, like I can already imagine.
But Anna Maria Crespo can also imagine even more benefits for Lakebound Clothing Company.
I think it'd be a great idea, especially during events, you know, because right now, like down by the river, you're limited to just right there. And it would be awesome if you're able to like come up here and stroll and window shop.
And it's not hard to imagine that, considering that's exactly what happened in Anoka last year.
Not necessarily more drinking, but just more exposure and more new faces.
That was Anoka City Council member Eric Skogquist talking about that city's social district pilot program after it wrapped last fall. It was such a hit that when it returned last week, the social district's size and hours were expanded.
And they're actually adding more businesses to it.
Senator Karen Housley says that success is the reason why she authored a late bill to give Stillwater the chance to replicate it.
What we did in Stillwater is the city council actually discussed it, and they would like to have the option, so they passed it unanimously to be able to have that option, so they asked if I could author the language.
For the most part, everybody's pretty enthusiastic about the idea.
Sarah Jesperson is owner of 2 Stillwater bars, including the Mad Capper, and says for years the area has already been an unofficial social district.
Sometimes people will slam their drink to go, and instead they could casually finish their drink and go to their next place, or even if they're retail shopping, it gives them the opportunity to stay responsible instead of slamming drinks from spot to spot.
I think that's a great idea.
That's a pretty big endorsement considering Laura Polisic owns a store dedicated to toxin-free products.
I don't drink at all, and my husband doesn't either, but I love the people wandering and having more of a community experience like that.
It also helps that, like Anoka, Stillwater would allow businesses to opt in or out of having those drinks inside their stores.
No one spilt anything. People are really respectful.
I'd love to try it out, see how people can handle having drinks in the store and everything. But if it does become an issue, then yeah, I definitely would opt out for it because I don't want to ruin my product.
Whether or not they get that choice is something only the legislature can answer. Do you think this is really doable by the end of the session?
I've been here quite a few years now, and anything's doable in the last few days. You just never know. There are a lot of other huge things on the agenda right now and things that we need to stop. But something fun like this that could help businesses and create economic development and excitement and fun for locals, it's fun to talk about and it's fun to get done.
Now, to be clear, Senator Housley says it's too late for her bill to make it through the legislative process alone. But because Anoka has already provided the policy framework here, she says the Commerce Committee could simply add Stillwater to the existing pilot and pass it as an amendment to an existing bill, at least in theory. Jen.
Yeah, those last days of session, sometimes theory goes out the window, but you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance.
All right, thanks so much, Kent. We'll check back in at the end of the session for more